Falcons. My name is Dan Ballard. I'm joined on the broadcast by my student producer, Matthew. Matthew, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good, good. Missed you yesterday. Sultan was filling in for you. I know it's busy. You've been a senior. You got lots of stuff going on and music stuff and is that what,
Most definitely.
yeah. It's a busy. I know it's a busy time of the year for you. You're counting down towards graduation, right?
Eh,
And then out in the real world. The quote unquote real world
quote-unquote real
is
world.
quote unquote real world. It's kind of the scary real world, right? All right, well, let's talk about the game we've got today. The Falcons come in here. The Turks have played the Falcons once already this season. They look back here on the Cascade Conference website scoreboard here. And as far as this particular game, there it is. On the 9th, Monday, April the 9th, South Whidbey and Sultan, and the result was the South Whidbey Falcons 6 and Sultan 2. So this is the second meeting between these two teams. Again, in the Cascade Conference, you have your single A teams, your double A teams, and these two are single A teams. They will meet a total of 3 times. This is the second match between these teams, and this is a critical game because with South Whidbey having won the first game, Turks need to even things up and then win again next week in their next to last game, last away game of the season, to secure that third and final spot in district playoffs. So, lots of things riding on this game today. You know, you try not to use that term must win, but this is about as must win as it gets here for the Turks if they have aspirations in moving on and continuing their season past next Friday. Speaking of next Friday, it's going to be senior night next Friday, a week from tomorrow, and we do have a game tomorrow as well against the Granite Falls Tigers. So we'll talk about that busy day tomorrow, actually. I know, just talked with executive producer Diamond Dave Moon back in the headquarters in the bunker there, and he's trying to figure out how to make everything work for tomorrow. We got lots of stuff going on, but we'll talk about that. We're ready to get underway.
The bunker?
The bunker, yeah. We need a catchy name. Is that what's Matthew? What's a catchy name for where Dave hangs out? The lair.
The lair.
The lair.
One day from today, the bunker will have different connotations.
Oh yes. All right. So just underway here. Top of the first inning. Elias Lopez on the mound for the Turks, and we've got 2 balls, no strikes. All right, nice strike by Lopez. So he's finding his groove there. Low, ball 3. Yeah, yesterday we had a doubleheader, and it was just kind of we were just kind of off kilter right from the get-go. Matthew, you weren't able to be here. We got really late notice that we started. We started for 30 minutes early. We had some technical difficulties. Just like a snowball, just kind of snowballed on us. But we got things. We got the ship righted, and got through the first game. Got through almost all the second game, but got called on darkness.
How late was it?
It was 8 o'clock by the time we were done.
It was already dark?
Pretty dark enough to where you really couldn't see safely, and the field was very muddy and wet also too. So the umpire just called it at that point. They were having problems with their footing and things like that out there, so for safety reasons it called it. But Turks came up on a short end of a 12-3 score in the nightcap and 8-0 in the opening game. Lopez struggling here a little bit early on to find the groove. Beautiful day today, though. Nicest day we've probably had all year.
Hope it stays that way.
Yeah, runner goes and lifts it into right center. Runner had a good jump, so he's going to go to third, and we're going to have runners at first and third. Nobody out here in the top of the first. So excellent call by the coach to send the runner, and he was halfway to second base pretty much when that ball lifted into right center field. Outside, ball 1. So Lopez got to be careful here. We don't want to start too far down here in the first inning. He's got runners at the corners, nobody out, looking for a double play ball here to help him out. Runner goes. There you go. And you won't make a play on him because you don't want to allow that man from third base to scoot on home. So now the runner's at second and third. Call 2 balls, no strikes on the batter. That's a strike on the outside corner. Nice looking pitch there. Lifted foul over the first base side. And a slow roller to first base. Going to go ahead and tag, but runner's going to make it in, and that makes it 1-0. So the Falcons strike first here in the top of the first inning. Strike first in the first, and it's now 1-0 South Whidbey. On pass ball. No, that's motioned him in, but no go on that one. Coach said, nope, hold. The foul territory here behind the catcher is not that deep at Sultan High School, so it's a pretty ambitious to try to steal home on something like that. Outside ball. So Lopez still trying to find that groove early on here in the first inning. That's a good pitch, hit sharply. Oh, just under the glove of the second baseman, River King, and run comes in to score. It's now 2-0 Whidbey. Now you might be able to see the scoreboard in the far distance there. PA announcer Mickey Miller had us up 2-0. I liked that score, but then she caught that was an error and she fixed that. So, gosh darn it, Mickey. All right, that's a steal on pass ball there. Runner scoots his way down to second base. So just 1 out so far and 2 runs across for the Falcons. Nice pitch there. Lopez hits the spot.
I've heard that Eric Turner will be making a play as a pitcher later in the game.
There you go. Oh, a hot shot right down the line. That's a fair ball, and that's going to be extra bases. Runner's going to make it around and score. That's going to be 3-0, and that's a stand-up double for the Falcons. So you said Eric's going to make an appearance. He's been told that he's going to get a chance later today?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, when you have 3 games in a row, well, 4 games in a row, because we had 2 yesterday and today and tomorrow, you're pitching, you really run out of pitchers very quickly. I know Coach Leverett's not, pitching is always a challenge at the high school level, and getting enough pitchers and getting them the rest so that their arms don't get fatigued is really hard when you have 4 games in 3 days. I think we have a suspicion that Tim Lewis, also who pitched very well but pitched only for 1 inning last night, we will see him probably either today or tomorrow as well, I would guess, because he looked very sharp. But Coach Leverett did not leave him in very long. I think that's just because he wants to save him for either today or tomorrow. No balls, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. So we get the first strike out of the game there for Lopez.
Do you know who we will be facing off tomorrow?
Granite Falls. Granite Falls Tigers, first of 2. We'll have Granite Falls on Friday, and then the second and final meeting with them will be away up at Granite Falls on Monday. Oh boy, he reached out, got a really high one, and got a lot of it, and it's going to fall into left field. Runner's going to come around to score, and that now makes it 4-0 with a long single there by the Whidbey player. And so it's been kind of a rough start here so far for the Turks. And we got time out there. Coach calls time. So a rocky start here for the Turks in the top of the first, already giving up 4 runs and still not out of this inning yet, with a runner sitting at first base and now 2 outs. All right, we're back to action. Nice pitch there, swing and a miss. And a strike on the outside corner. So field conditions much improved today over yesterday. Early game was not bad, but the evening game was just horrible. We had a pretty heavy rain shower come through, and then obviously darkness descended upon us later on in the evening. Oh, that's off the shin guards of the catcher, Mr. Perigo. And so the runner scoots down to second base. And they now have, again, a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Swing and a miss, and thankfully, the inning is over. But they score 4. Turks are going to have to heat up those bats and get back in this one quickly when their chance here in the bottom half of the first inning. All right, we're going to pay some bills there, Matthew?
We are.
Perfect.
Thank you!
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes.
Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good!
Who does that anymore?
So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
All right, and we are back. So the final warm-up tosses here for the Falcons. It's going to be number 17. Look at that. And that is Brent Betchler, I guess. Brent Betchler is going to be the pitcher, starting pitcher for the Falcons. Tall left-hander. And we're going to lead things off with number 21, our catcher, Alex Perigo. And first pitch is in there for a strike. So Matthew, I know you weren't with us yesterday. We'll have to bring you up to speed on some exciting new programming that we're going to be rolling out here on TurkPride.tv. We'll talk about that more here in just a bit. Ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. High. 2-2. Inside ball. Count is full on Perigo, so he's going deep into the count here as the first batter for the Turks. And ball 4. So leadoff batter Alex Perigo, the catcher, walks, and it's going to bring up the second baseman, number 6, River King.
Number 6, River King.
Squares to bunt. Nice bunt by King. Kind of catches him off guard. Oh, just in time. But he advances the runner, and Mr. Perigo makes his way safely down to second. So next up, the pitcher, number 22, Elias Lopez.
22, Elias Lopez.
Strike. Swing and a miss. Perigo goes. And foul. So upcoming here on TurkPride.tv tomorrow, going to be a busy day, I know. Executive producer Diamond Dave Moon's back in the bunker, or the lair, or did we decide, Matthew, we're calling? Trying to piece together how he's going to make this all work. We've got a boys baseball game, doubleheader girls softball, and a soccer game tomorrow. So 4 offerings, 3 simultaneous offerings on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. Foul down the third base line. Dave told me he's back reading the manual on how to figure out how to do 3 streams simultaneously. That's what he said. Good luck to you, big guy.
Maybe he'll come down here, do a beat. Like start around here, over to softball, soccer, back to
Just
here.
bounce around. Be like the rover. Yeah, that's what he gets paid the big bucks for, is to figure that stuff out. Oh, a little reacher. Second baseman gobbles it up over to first and stretch and got him. So 2 down. Perigo makes his way down to third. So we'll see if we can get him in from third base.
Now batting, number 2, Eric Turner.
Eric Turner, the young man you talked about. So we might see him later today or tomorrow doing some pitching for the Turks. Strike on the inside corner. So yes, tomorrow on TurkPride.tv, home boys home against Granite Falls Tigers, girls home doubleheader against Granite Falls Tigers, and then we have a home soccer match as well. Turner hits a slow roller back to the pitcher. He steadies, throws over to first for out number 3. So the Turks threaten but do not score. We head to the top of the second. The score remains 4-0.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2 and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Whidbey Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
All right, we are back. So yeah, Matthew, we were talking about yesterday with executive producer Diamond Dave Moon when he was here. He said basically we're just, he's feeling kind of bored that things have really plateaued with you and everybody else. Things are under control, and it's time that he wants to take on a new challenge. The next evolution of TurkPride.tv.
That's a success, man.
So what we're doing is we're feeling that he wants to add some more extreme sports programming and activity programming.
Extreme with an X.
Yeah, extreme with an X. Very good. So we'll talk about some of those great ideas that we have for TPTV2, The Deuce. That's the teaser right there. We'll be back. First pitch from Lopez in for a ball. Foul. So Matthew, your job is to provide us some input on things that you would like to see that we're not currently doing on TurkPride.tv. Things that you think, you're a high school student, things that you think that your peers would like to enjoy watching online. Okay? Now, obviously, it has to be school appropriate. Okay, it has to be.
All right. Well, there goes half the content.
School appropriate. It has to be school appropriate. That's just that caveat right there. All right. Like PG-13 at worst. Okay.
You can squeeze quite a bit in the
PG-13. Okay, PG-13. I think we'd be okay with PG-13. Not get ourselves into hot water there. Hit sharply. Oh, wow, that's deep. That's not going to be a playable ball. And a runner is safely at first. Nick Young, number 15, steps in, left-hander for the Falcons. Runner at first base, and one out here in the top of the second. High ball. Hit sharply at second baseman River King. There's one. Oh, just not quite in time, but a good idea there. That's textbook how you do it. But just a step too slow. And the runner beats it at first. Cody Newman, number 3.
Any relation to Randy?
Randy Newman? I don't know. Probably not. He loves LA, though. Outside on the corner for a strike. Runner goes. Oh, Perigo kind of gets a late, just didn't get it cleanly out of his glove, and he had a just brief hesitation, and that was enough to give the runner time to get safely down to second base. Yeah, out of play. And out number 3. So we're going to make our way to the bottom half of the second. Turks trying to get on the board, trailing 4-0.
chiudrai farfalla ogni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto giro d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you!
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes.
Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good.
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
And we're back. Leading things off is going to be the first baseman, number 11, Kobe Keeler. Kobe was the starting pitcher in the early game yesterday.
A prior Windmill Express Player of the Game award winner.
He certainly was. That is correct. Nice young man. Only a freshman, too. As tall and big as he is, you would never guess that. But extremely nice young man. He's very talented, and he will get nothing but better as he progresses here in his career at Sultan High School. Oh, just a little inside.
Just a little.
It's a good thing he ducked down and it bonked him in the back and his back.
Were there Player of the Game awards last two games?
You know, they went right from the first game and then just had a brief break, so we didn't bring up a player. And then, with the circumstances, we did not do any player awards yesterday. It was just kind of an odd day with we didn't want to pull a player away while Coach Leverett was getting ready for the second game, and then the third game it was dark and everybody was just ready to go at that point. So we did not yesterday, but we will today. So we'll keep your eyes peeled there, Matthew. You're looking for our TurkPride.tv Windmill Espresso Player of the Game. Swing and a miss, and Keeler goes down on strikes. So one down for the Turks. Jack Hamilton, the right fielder, is going to step in.
Number 27, Jack Hamilton.
And another former TurkPride.tv Windmill Espresso Player of the Game.
When was that? I must have missed that.
You must have missed that game. Yeah, Jack, very nice young man. It was a very good interview. Very, very appreciative of the award that he got. He had an excellent game, the game that he was the recipient. Great out in the field and also at the plate. Foul back.
This has to make up for sleeping in advanced biology.
Oh, is that right?
He's a TA, so he gets some leeway.
But
sometimes he'll spend the period on the counter.
Interesting. Well, see, you're giving us all these kind of insights here, Matthew, we wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
Hey, maybe that's some, was it TP2?
TPTV2.
TPTD2 content.
No,
right
TV.
There,
Turk Pride TV2. TPTV2.
That's going to take some time. But there's some content right there behind the scenes.
That's good stuff. Oh, and then he hits a liner right to straightaway center field. And so Jack is on.
Number 18, Jake Ross.
Well, and Mickey Miller has decided she's going to cover the advice for the lovelorn. Any breakups or anything like that might happen, she's there to help smooth things over for our young folks. Yeah, that's right. So Mickey's going to be our special correspondent as far as that's concerned.
In the field.
Hey, Mickey knows all right? She That's right. She's a trained professional in handling affairs of the heart, right? One ball, or no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Hamilton at first for the Turks. Oops. the plate. Outside ball. But you're right, Matthew. I like your idea. You're thinking along the right lines now with the TA sleeping during class stuff. That's good. That's good stuff right there.
It won't take very long until we go down the Team Z route. We start getting like a gossip going.
Well, we need to be. We have to talk about the direction that we're taking this whole new network. Oh, that was a swung at a bad pitch there, and out number 2.
We have information the River King switched out of his orange sneakers.
Yes, exactly.
It's a tragedy.
It's a tragedy. Today on TPTV2, the inside scoop on why River King is not wearing the orange cleats again this year.
I just didn't feel like it. End of interview.
It's the shortest interview in history. One question. That's it. Interview's over. All right. Timmy Lewis at bat. Timmy was the pitcher, one of the pitchers last night. Pitched very, very well. 3 strikeouts in the 1 inning of work that he did put in yesterday. And I have a feeling that we will see him either later today. Oh, that's a balk. Later today or tomorrow. All right, so Hamilton's going to go ahead and trot down to second base and now in runner in scoring position. RBI opportunity for Mr. Lewis. And hit sharply, but right at the shortstop, comes up throwing hard over to first base. Safe! Oh, they were about ready to walk off the field there. Did you see that, Matthew? They were all the Falcons.
All the heads facing that direction.
They were like all head to the dugouts, like
they were pivoting, pivot back.
Field umpire's like, not so quick, safe. All right, so the Turks stay alive. We've got runners at the corners, first and third. And we're going to have the coach is going to trot out and talk with the field umpire there, I think, about that one. And he's just doing a little cursory saying, I really don't agree with that call, Mr. Umpire, but it is what it is. Not much is going to be nothing you can do about it. So
what if we could squeeze some more content out of these streams by going in and comedically like overdubbing certain sections?
Yes.
We could like give our take about what the coach is saying to the umpire.
There you go. There you go. That would be kind of cool. There you go. Make up stuff, yeah. Swing and a miss. Outside ball. So those of you just joining us, the Falcons got all their runs in the first inning, jumped out to that 4-0 lead, and that's where it stays right now. Turks have threatened, but yet to push one across. They stranded one last inning and now have 2 men on base, and it's a slow roll, and it's going to score a run right there. A little miscommunication. Lewis is going to on his way all the way from first to third, and just like that, a run scored. So the Turks are on the board, now trailing 4-1. And runners still at the corners with 2 outs here for the Turks. And we bat around. We're back to the top of the order with the catcher, number 21, Alex Perigo.
No 5th inning wonder this time around.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Runner goes. And foul back. And a nice little group assembling themselves here at Sultan High School on the Sultan side to support the hometown Turks. And just a couple of folks from South Whidbey. South Whidbey's a little bit harder because you had a...
But South Whidbey has doubled in size.
It has doubled in size from 1 to 2. That's correct. So, but you have to deal with the Washington State ferry system to get here from South Whidbey, which can be a pain sometimes. Nice shot. Lifted to right field if it stays fair. No, oh, that's foul ball. That'd have been extra bases right there for Mr. Perigo, but was not to be as it drifts foul. Oh, and he went for strike 3. So Turks score 1. Come up within 3. We're going to go to the 3rd inning with the Turks trailing 4-1.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Whidbey Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
All right, we'll be back to action here in just a minute. Looks like Coach Leverrett's down chatting with the home plate umpire. Not sure exactly, maybe a lineup issue or something like that, and they're getting that cleared up, and we'll be back to action here in just a moment.
Possible short idea. We frame it like there's a baseball game in progress, and you have field agents go out during the game and try and get like interviews.
Yes, during
like,
running alongside the people.
Get out of the way!
Get out of the way! That would be funny. And Lopez gets strike in there for his first pitch. Strike. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout recorded for Mr. Lopez. So, Matthew, any ideas for content so far on TPTV2, The Deuce? I know Dave Moon's back at the bunker working hard on some stuff. He sent us a promo video a little bit ago. Not quite ready for distribution. For mass distribution yet. Still in development. Very much in development.
Stages.
Yeah, early stages.
Maybe we could film this and that will be some of the content. The beginning of
the genesis. The genesis of TPTV2, The Deuce.
Then there was the banner.
That's right. The logo. We're working on a logo, a developmental logo right now. So to give you an idea of some of the things we were talking about, we'll talk here in just a second. Ooh, hard throw by Lopez. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And when hit sharply, and that'll drop. And that's a single. So, Matthew, like I said, we weren't here yesterday, but some ideas that we came up with was hopscotch, LARPing.
LARPing? What was the plan there?
I don't know.
So we had a guy in Tech Club years ago, Riley.
Yeah.
Occasionally he would come in, even after graduating, with like training swords.
Really?
He kicked my proverbial
booty, huh?
Yeah.
He's full into LARPing, huh? Safe. Ooh, close, but no.
Yeah, he knew how to use the katana and everything.
Jeez. Foursquare. We talked about
Foursquare, extreme Foursquare. We
Extreme
get some GoPros going.
Extreme
for footage.
Foursquare. Connect 4. I offered that possibly as something too.
Went on to that.
Yep.
We'll frame the Connect 4 like it's a professional chess championship or something that will all be ultra serious.
I like it.
Like 3-minute scene
And
of a
now-
guy choosing where places.
And now he drops the checker. Oh my goodness.
What a move, what a
The
move.
crowd hushes. All right, back to the game. 0-2, 1 out. Runner at second in scoring position for the Falcons. And popped up. Shortstop's calling it off, and makes the play unassisted for out number 2. So
That ball was going the opposite direction of where I was looking.
yep, it went out that way, out yonder. I'm thinking competitive solitaire.
Yes.
Competitive solitaire.
Like you got speed running in real life. We'll just do the same thing for
Yeah.
solitaire.
You give people a deck of cards, set, go. You start the timer, and everybody's playing solitaire as quickly as they can. And whoever wins, whoever gets all the cards the quickest wins. Nice move there by Mr. Lopez, but not in time. Runner scoots underneath the tag. Chopped foul. Oh, he reaches out and just puts the bat on it, and it's going to bloop drop in there into center field. Oh, there was some confusion, and fortunately for the Turks, I think the coach wanted the runner to go, and then changed his mind. Runner changed his mind right at the last second and retreated, so he stands at third. We have runners at first and third. Still 2 outs for the Falcons.
Run away!
Run away! We have a pinch runner, I think, here. So Dexter Jokinen is pinch run 4 by number 11, Ethan Petty. Ethan Petty. How about speed texting with emojis? To see who could like text us something the quickest. Now that's a skill that your generation would probably appreciate, right?
What's that supposed to mean?
You know exactly what it means. These guys text all the time. Nobody talks on the phone anymore. Runner goes. And hit. Oh, Deason bobbles it at third base. And runner's going to come across to score. And we're going to end up with runners at first and second with still 2 down. And the score now is 5-1 South Whidbey. For any fans that are joining us from South Whidbey, we do welcome you to TurkPride.tv. Again, we like to have fun here and do some sports entertainment programming for you. So we appreciate you indulging us. We'll get you all the pertinent information and have a little bit of fun along the way. Here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. And hit foul down the third baseline. Haven't heard from Dave recently. Probably went home already. He's probably home enjoying dinner already. So he left us here.
At 4:44?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I don't know. He's probably on his way home already. He left us here to starve last night. Didn't bring us any food or anything. Halfway through, I thought, I said, is there going to be a catered meal delivered here at the Midway? No.
I made sure to eat
no
before
food
coming here this time around.
No food.
Maybe it's like a hobbit. Maybe he's doing afternoon tea.
Could be.
What about second breakfast?
That's right. I did talk to, now speak of that, I'll share this here in a minute. Runner goes. And he's got a chance. Oh, decent, just can't squeeze onto that one, and it falls. I did talk with Sodexo, though, our food service management company today, and as far as being a sponsor of our dinners here on TurkPride.tv in exchange for advertising, and they seem very open to that idea. So we might have meals delivered here by Sodexo coming up very soon.
Get a live stream of us eating it.
Yes, love it. That's news to Dave. Dave didn't even know about that. That's a first. You heard it first here on TurkPride.tv.
Yeah, I did.
And Mickey, I made sure you got included in the meal thing too. You're going to get fed too. Can't stream anything. Runner goes. And caught, third strike, and runner is out. So it's going to take us now to the bottom of the third. The Whidbey scores 1. Turks trail 5-1.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto gino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you!
Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes. Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good!
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
All right, and we are back, making our way here to the bottom half of the third. For those of you just joining us, the Falcons had a very successful first inning, scoring 4 runs, added 1 here in the last inning. Turks also added their one and only run last inning, and we find ourselves at a 5-1 score as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Second baseman number 6, River King, leads things off for the hometown Turks. Outside ball. Matthew, I see you came prepared today. You got your jacket on, your heavy jacket.
Always got the heavy jacket.
Gotta have the heavy jacket. Boy, we could have used the heavy jackets last night. It was chill. Yeah, Mickey did. She had a heater too. She was like huddling around her heater over here, wasn't sharing or nothing. Jeez. Every man, woman, and child for themselves, huh? That's a ball.
Usually around this time of the year, I start getting all the comments about me wearing the heavy coat in summer.
Ah, gotcha. And that's ball 4. So King starts things off with a walk.
My leather jacket should be done with dry cleaning soon, the next couple of days.
There you go.
Should be nice and ready for summer.
Summer, ready for summer. Doesn't it get a little warm in the summertime with a leather jacket on?
Not as hot as the winter jacket.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, spring has sprung. I hear people with their lawnmowers going in the background here and everything.
Show you the sounds of my people.
Your peeps, huh?
6 in the morning.
Hit sharply, but at the shortstop, he's going to stop on second for 1, but River King slide takes him out there and does not allow a play on runner at first base. So 1 out. Runner now stands at first safely.
Now batting number 2, Eric Turner.
Eric Turner steps in for the Turks. Thinking frisbee golf could be something else too. Frolf. Yeah, frisbee golf. Frolf. We could do that on TPTV too. Swing and a miss. That's why we're doing all this brainstorming. We got to be sure we've got enough content before we launch this new network, so that we've got things.
If we start seeing other schools release some of the stuff,
This is going to be groundbreaking programming. This is going to be stuff that is everybody's going to want.
Everyone will want, but no one will watch.
Well, that remains to be seen. Runner goes. Oh, and popped high, but in play. Or playable, I should say. Third baseman makes the catch, and runner retreats.
Number 8, Cody Deason.
High inside. Oh, ball gets past the catcher, and Lopez trots his way down to second base. So Deason's got an RBI opportunity with his teammate standing on second. Whoa. Whoa. That was on the... If he was a right-handed batter, that might have worked pretty well, but he's bats left. But we do have Mickey Miller's segment. I mean, already we're getting just overwhelming reviews. She's going to be the female Dr. Phil of Sultan High School. Basically, Mickey Miller's Affairs of the Heart. Advice for the Lovelorn on TPTV2, The Deuce. That's a ball. Decent up there. 3 balls, no strikes, so he'll be taking all the way here. See if he can get a free pass. As the pitcher for the Falcons seems to be struggling out there with his control. And there he gets a strike. So now Deason will have the green light to, if he sees something he likes, he's going to turn and burn. And ball 4. So Deason trots down to first base. So we have runners at the corners for the Turks. 2 outs. And that's going to bring up, oh, we got a timeout, and it's going to bring up Jack Hamilton, the left fielder. I mistakenly said Jack was in right, but he's actually in left field today, so bounces around out there. We've had some really strong, Mickey Miller made this comment yesterday, we've had some really strong play in the outfield this season. I definitely echo that sentiment. Just defensively, this is probably one of the strongest teams that I've seen in probably the last 5 years and out in the outfield. They just routinely make very good catches. They're very solid. They know where to go with the ball. And they've definitely helped prevent quite a few runs for the opposition. Chop foul on the third baseline. And right at the same spot. Inside pitch turns on that. Down third baseline. Yeah. Oh, whoa, wow. Pitcher almost got that, but almost took off his left arm also, too. So a hot shot straight up back at the mound
Had to
for
check his
Hamilton.
hand, make sure it was still there.
Yeah, still attached. Boy, he tried to barehand that thing, but a run gets across. So the Turks are now trail 5-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three, and the side is retired. But the Turks score one. They now trail 5-2. All right, we're back. So the Turks get one closer last inning, and we've now got a 5-2 game heading to the top of the fourth inning. So things moving along fairly briskly here. We're just under an hour in and past the halfway point. Deason fields it cleanly, goes over to first to Timmy Lewis for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down for the Falcons in the top of the 4th.
Good start. Good start.
Good start. Yeah, the discussion, Matthew, about TPTV2, basically, Dave and I were talking, and Dave basically said, he's really, right now things are completely under control in the IT department. He's really kind of slow. He's got a lot of spare time on his hands. He was looking for something, he's really kind of bored just hanging out all the time, and felt that he needed to do something more to give him something to do, because he's really got a lot of spare time on his hands, is what
Mental
he told me.
stimulation.
Yeah, that's kind of what he was saying. So we kind of cooperatively came up with this idea. I posed it to him, and he said, yeah, it sounds great. So, and he said right now he's got a lot of time really to work on it, dedicate to it, and the goal is to have both networks running simultaneously with multiple streams. So we're talking maybe 2 or 3 streams on both TurkPride.tv and TPTV2 simultaneously. So he's working out some of the kinks now. We should have that operational here, for next fall. That's the goal. So like on a Friday night, if football isn't your thing, you just switch over to TPTV2 and you can watch an alternative, activity like hopscotch. One. Swing and a miss. Bounced off of Mr. Perigo. Lopez delivers. Oh, that's way outside. Nice reaction by Mr. Perigo. No one on, though. Swing and a miss. And he goes down. So 2 outs now here for the Falcons. It's going to bring up number 3, Cody Newman. And Newman hits a shot to straightaway center, and a nice play for out number 3. So that's that outfield play that we were talking about. And the side is retired. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Whidbey Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
Timmy Lewis, the first baseman, leading things off here for the Turks in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Turks needing a couple more runs to get back in this one, but trailing just by 3, 5-2. 3 balls, no strikes against Lewis, the leadoff batter for the Turks. So he'll be taking all the way here, looking for a free pass. And he gets one. So 4 straight balls delivered by the Whidbey pitcher, and Lewis trots down safely to first base. And bottom of the order, number 1, Caleb Webb steps in. Squares to bunt, strike 1, and Lewis scampers back and slides in under the tag back at first base. And tries for a bunt again. Strike 2. Strike 3. So Webb goes down on swinging, and it's going to move us to the top of the order with the catcher, number 21, Alex Perigo.
Number 21, Alex Perigo.
Lewis still stays at first base with now 1 out. Ball 1. High, ball 2. Fouled off the screen. Runner goes. Chopped right down the third base line, but foul. So Lewis is going to have to trot back all the way to first base. He'd already rounded second and was halfway to third just about. Oh, strike on the inside corner. And Perigo goes down looking.
Now batting number 6, River King.
And the Rivermaster, number 6, steps in for the Turks. Time is called. So, Matthew, I haven't heard from executive producer Dave Moon for a while. I pretty much with confidence can say he's turned off his phone, gone home for the day. Pretty much left us here to fend for ourselves without any support. But that's all right, you know. Yeah, he's already home, probably in his easy chair, enjoying his dinner.
Or typing up a storm to reply to that comment.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if he's still with us or not. Outside corner. inside. Oh, off the catcher's mask. That's why you wear a helmet out there. And King reaches out and pops one short, but caught by the second baseman for out number 3. So we're going to move to the 5th inning with the Turks trailing 5-2.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, ma ci sento a dolcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you!
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes.
Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good.
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
All right, we are back, making our way to the top of the 5th. Lopez continues on the hill for the Turks. Started off a little shaky, but seems to have settled in nicely and has only given up after that first inning, which was really tough. Gave 4 runs, has only surrendered 1 since. Low ball. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Lopez. Swing and a miss. Strike on the outside corner, a nice pitch by Lopez, and gets him looking. Yeah, Mickey Miller said she forgot lunch today. It'd be really nice, you know, if somebody would bring us lunch, like executive producer Diamond Dave Moon.
No one in particular.
No one in particular, Dave. Chop foul.
It's like half our material right there.
Yeah, but again, we're interested. We're excited about our new sponsor. Is going to be starting, but see, it's so late in the season. Sodexo is going to be our new sponsor. Going to bring food to us.
Yeah, I noticed some new commercials up there.
That's right. Nita Lee and is going to take care of us, get us some food. Ball goes back to the screen.
Now, my mother, she's a radiation therapist. She, treats people, and one of her patients, he happens to love Vic's Burgers, and when he found out that we lived here, he's like, "Why don't you eat there every day?"
Why don't you go there every day? Ball. You mean kind of how Dave goes to Windmill Espresso every day, right? Yeah. He goes there, his wife goes there, his daughter works there. ball, and Lopez gives up the walk. So runner trots down to first base. Oh, pickoff move gets past Lewis into right field. Runner's going to go to second, going to actually make the turn and go all the way to third. Throw is in, but not in time. So a mistimed pickoff move gets past Lewis, goes to the screen, and 2 bases advanced. So now we've got the runner with 1 out standing at third base. Fouled off the screen. So again, for those of you just joining us, upcoming on TurkPride.tv tomorrow, very full day. Executive producer Diamond Dave Moon's back in the bunker getting things all lined out for tomorrow. We got a girls softball doubleheader against Granite Falls, a boys baseball game versus Granite Falls, and a soccer match later tomorrow night as well. Nikki, do we happen to know who the soccer game's against tomorrow night? All right, we'll have to look that up and see if we can let you know who will be the opponent for the soccer match. Outside. Oh, runner goes, and he's going to make it home safely. So that's going to make it 6-2. So that 2 miscues, that throwing error on the pickoff move from the pitcher to first base allowed the runner to advance from first to third, and then a wild pitch or a pass ball got him safely from third to home. So now 6-2 South Whidbey. And drop third pitch to strike, and runner makes it safely down to first. So a little bit of control problems going on for Mr. Lopez right now. Needs to get that under control. Oh, he's down. Oh, that's something definitely don't want to see that. Lopez is still down there, obviously. Being very precautionary with him. He's on his feet now, but ouch, that really hurts. All right, and a nice round of applause. So we are going to have a pitching change, obviously. I'm sure that is the last we will see of Mr. Lopez tonight. We wish him all the best and hope that it's nothing serious for him, but it's definitely scary when you see things like that happen, especially in the pitching that position. You're very exposed and very susceptible to things like that happening from time to time. So. All right, Matthew, why don't we go ahead and just pay a couple of bills here while we wait for things to. We're going to have a little bit of break in the action here as the Turks need to get a new pitcher put in and their lineup switched around. So we will be back in just a couple minutes.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2 and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Whidbey Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a Tocino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you!
Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes. Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good!
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Let's swap tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Whidbey Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a Tulcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you!
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes. Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good!
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Whidbey Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a Tulcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you!
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes. Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good.
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Whidbey Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a Tulcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you!
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes. Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good.
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
ladies and gentlemen, we're back. For those of you just joining us, we do apologize for the lengthy break in the action. If you weren't with us just before that, Elias Lopez, the senior pitcher for the Turks, number 22, is on the mound. And again, we don't want to speculate, but it was just kind of a freak situation. We're thinking possibly maybe arm injury, shoulder dislocation, or something like that. He went into his delivery and collapsed immediately on the mound and was attended to. With aid personnel has now arrived. They have him in the aid car. They have his arm, his shoulder arm area stabilized. He was able to walk under his own power over to the aid car, and the aid car is getting ready. It looks like getting ready to depart, and they'll take him to the hospital and get some x-rays and the medical treatment that that young man needs. Again, we just absolutely hate to ever see anybody get injured in the course of doing what they just love to do in sports and extracurricular activities. So we wish Elias and his family all the best. Our thoughts and prayers are with them, and hopefully it won't be anything too serious, and we'll get a chance to see him again real soon. So players have made their way back into the dugouts, and it looks like the umpires are kind of making their way back. So I would anticipate that we'll be back underway here shortly. For those of you, again, coming back to us, we are in the 5th inning. Top of the 5th, Turks are trailing 6-2, and the current count is nothing, no balls, no strikes, just 1 out on the board. And so we'll resume exactly where we left off here in just a couple minutes. So hopefully we'll get back underway shortly. And again, the aid car is still here, but Elias is safely in the back. They're probably getting him secured, and then they'll be departing, I would imagine, here in just a couple of minutes to get him some medical attention. So again, we wish he and his family all the very best on something hopefully not too serious and quick and speedy recovery. So anyway, Matthew, your thoughts? What did you see, I guess, when that happened? It happened so quickly.
Yeah, it was kind of like you. I looked away. I saw the ball hit the screen, so then I kind of looked back, looked around, but then I realized he was on the ground. Looked back and was on the ground.
Right. Like I said, and I too had just taken my eyes away just briefly, and I thought that the batter had hit like a line drive, and he had been struck, by a batted ball. But in looking at the replay there on YouTube, it wasn't the case at all. He just collapsed as he was getting ready to release the ball, and the ball kind of just looped its way towards the screen, and then he fell to the ground immediately, obviously in severe pain. So, all right. So what they'll have to do now is just kind of, obviously you're going to need to get a replacement player in for him. He was the pitcher, so now Coach Leverett's got to find another pitcher and reorganize the lineup, get that information over to the umpires, and go from there. So Coach Leverett is making his way back. I see Coach Day starting to make his way back to the dugout area. So as soon as they can he's going to talk with his players and give them an update on Elias's status that he knows of after talking with the paramedics, but encouraging that Elias was able to walk under his own power to the aid car. They did not have to bring a stretcher or anything like that. So that is encouraging. So we do, our thoughts and prayers are with he and his family for the remainder of the evening. All right. So, gosh, we got to get back and try to finish up a baseball game here after some emotional bad news. And, everybody takes it hard. I saw really sign of good sportsmanship. I saw players from South Whidbey kneeling down. Obviously, the Turk players were kneeling down. The coaches from South Whidbey have been very concerned and been over there offering their support and so forth in this whole thing. So a very strong show of sportsmanship from the visiting South Whidbey Falcons, and we do appreciate that. So anyway, I think Coach Leverett's getting ready. The team's huddling up. They're doing a break. They're going to head out to the field here, and we'll be back underway in just a couple of minutes. So, and there we are, Mr. Eric Turner. Looks like you talked about that in the open, Matthew. Said Eric was in, but I will say that Eric doesn't want to be out there under the circumstances that caused him to have to be out there and see a teammate of his get injured. But he's going to step in a tough, emotional situation for the Turks and see if they can pull it together and get through the remainder of this game, because this is an extremely important game for the Turks to win. And it's you never want to see an injury happen, but in a game like this, it's even more doubly difficult. So Turks are just going to have to quickly right themselves and carry on. And that's what Elias would want them to do is play tough and get a victory here for him. And possibly that could be some real motivation maybe for him for the rest of this game. Oh, there. All right, so Eric Turner, again, is going to be our pitcher coming in, placing Mr. Lopez. We're going to give him opportunity to warm up, get his warm-up tosses, and we'll be underway here in just a couple of minutes. So,
I'm going to guess injury on screen probably demonetized us in some way, so I don't think the music really matters.
Oh, is that right? Okay, yeah. Gosh, yeah, I guess you don't really think about things like that, you know.
I did a YouTube video a while back for ASL, and I was using Beatles music. Now, I've known some company has been real stickler for Beatles content on YouTube.
I see.
But I didn't really understand the extent until I posted it, and within like 10 minutes it was already taken down.
Wonder who the people that just there and monitor that stuff.
TLK, some weird place no one has ever heard of, taking crap down.
All right, getting the final warm-up tosses in, and Coach Leverett's still out there chatting with both the home plate and field umpires.
Sky's nice and clear.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful day today, and as opposed to yesterday, about this time, we were done with our first game, right, Mickey? We were heading to the second game, and then the skies opened up and poured like crazy, got cold as could be, and then we never did end up finishing the game. I did get a chance to, Matthew, you weren't here, but I did talk with Mr. Sifferman this morning, or this afternoon before the game, and asked him about that, because the game last night, it didn't make it through a full 5 innings. It was not a 10-run. It was a 9-run differential. And so I asked him, I said, you know, the umpire called it on account of darkness, which is understandable. I mean, it was getting dark. But he clarified for me the significance of the reason why they did it, as far as whether it was bad field conditions or whether it was darkness. Darkness indicates that you will continue the game at a later time, and it was not the desire of the Turks nor the visiting Cedar Crest Red Wolves to continue that game. They both wanted to just end the game as it was. So that's why I saw Mr. Sifferman down here saying, no, it's field conditions, no, it's field conditions. The reason for that being is a continuation due to darkness would have necessitated them playing again, but it sounds like the athletic directors got together and they agreed, no, we're not going to continue the game. We're going to let it stand as is and move on. So kind of an odd ending to the game last night. Yeah, well, he was very animated when he said that. It's like, no, it's field conditions, it's field conditions. And he clarified, because, again, if it is truly darkness, then they would continue, and neither team wanted to resume that game. So that's why. So I learned something new myself. I asked him that when I first got here. I said, Mr. Sifferman, what is the... Yeah, no, I learned something new. He said if it's called because of darkness, then they will, with the idea that they will resume the game at some point at a future date, and they just did not want to do that. We've had so many problems with reschedules. That's why we got 4 games in 3 days, because we've had so many reschedules. All right, I think we are ready to get back to action.
That reminds me of our quarantine on Cuba. You see, a barricade would have meant like kind of war situation, so we said quarantine.
Quarantine with air quotes, right? Excuse me. All right. So back to action we go. And Eric Turner on the mound. And hit a chopper right back to Turner. Turner over to first base to Timmy Lewis for the out. But the runner advances over to third. So again, setting the stage. We now have a runner at third base. 2 outs for the Falcons here in the top half of the 5th. They lead the Turks 6-2. Strike one. So it will be interesting to see how the Turks respond, Matthew, after the injury that happened to their teammate here and how that affects them, whether it's a motivator or whether it just really, really negatively affects them here the remainder of this game. Mickey Miller was mentioning to us that Eric Turner, who's out there now, and Elias are close friends. Hit sky high down the first base line. Foul. So obviously not the situation that Eric would like to come into right now, but he's out there battling. And no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Outside. And nice pitch by Turner. Boy, he knew they had that one too on his way out. All right, midway through 5, the score remains Whidbey 6, Sultan 2.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Whidbey Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
All right, we are back. Bottom half of the 5th inning. Austin Wiedemann leading things off for the Turks. Swing and a miss. And hit sharply, but right at the third baseman. Steadies, throws over to first for out number 1. So Dave Moon said he was going to stop by, but we've yet to see him. Dave, are you still out there, or are you relaxing in your easy chair at home?
His thoughts visited us.
His thoughts.
Then back to the steak.
That's right, back to the steak. said he was on page 2 of the manual trying to figure out how to run 3 streams tomorrow. High ball. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out here for the Turks. Bottom of 5. And ball 4. So Eric Turner trots down to first base. And number 8, third baseman Cody Deason steps in. Inside ball. Outside ball. So the pitcher's struggling a little bit for the Falcons right now. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Number 2, Eric Turner, our pitcher, is at first base, takes his lead. And that's ball 4. So Deason takes 4 straight balls and trots down to first base, and the Turks now have runners at first and second. Jack Hamilton's going to come in, and I think we're going to have a pitching change. Yes, we are. Falcons are going to make a pitching change, so we'll take a brief break and give them opportunity to warm up, and we'll be back with you, pay a couple of bills, and we'll be back with you in just a bit.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a Tugino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you!
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes. Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good!
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by...
All right, that was a quick warm-up by our new pitcher, and we're underway again. Jack Hamilton steps in for the Turks. Swing and a miss by Jack. Runner goes. And we got a balk. So runners will each advance, and now the runners are at second and third. So we've got 2 runners in scoring position. Turks only trailing by 4. So Hamilton with a great opportunity right here to get the Turks right back in this ball game. And he hits one sharply. It gets underneath third base, and that's what you're looking for. Runner scores from third. Deason makes a turn. He's going to score as well. Misplayed by the left fielder. And Hamilton comes with a stand-up double, 2 RBIs. Beautiful, timely hit there, and a little bit of poor fielding by the Falcons. Turn into 2 for the Turks, and they're right back in this game at 6-4. That's what we like to see, Matthew. That's good stuff right there.
Most definitely.
That is good stuff. And hit right back at the pitcher. Hamilton's going to hold. They're going to go over to first and get the easy out for out number 2. And Hamilton still stays at second. Now 2 down for the Turks.
Now batting number 24, Timmy Lewis.
And Timmy Lewis, the first baseman, number 24, steps in. Sure would like to get at least one more here before this inning is over. And lifted nicely. That's what you're looking for right there. Hamilton's going to make, possibly could have scored on that one. Possibly, because left fielder misplayed that one again. So some kind of loose fielding out there all of a sudden for the Falcons has turned into a couple of runs here and another opportunity. Still looking good. Runners at the corners for the Turks. Still 2 outs. That's ball 1. And that's balk as well. So now that's going to bring a run in right there. So everybody advances, and wow, just that quick. The Turks are within 1 at 5-6. So Webb steps in with Timmy Lewis, his teammate, at second base. And hit right towards the third baseman again. He gets it this time and goes over to first base for out number 3. But the Turks score 3, and they've pulled within 1, 5-6. We're going to head to the 6th inning. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east.
All right, we're back. And wow, all of a sudden, Matthew, we got quite a ball game on our hands here.
Goodness, it's stacking up.
It is. 6-5. Turks trail just by 1, and we head to the 6th inning. So 2 more opportunities for the Turks in a must-win game. So and a ball. 2 balls, no strikes Eric Turner on the mound for replacing Elias Lopez, who was injured earlier on in the game, has been taken away for medical treatment with an apparent arm or shoulder injury. Nice pitch by Turner. And again, if we do get some sort of update here before the end of the broadcast as far as his condition, we will certainly pass that on to you. Swing and a miss. Eric Turner out there throwing hard right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, just low. Ball. Count is full. And hit high, high, high. And the catch made by River King, shortstop, for out number 1. Outside, ball 1. High, ball. Turner struggling just a little bit with his control right now. Just got to throw strikes. Don't want to walk people. Let your defense play for you. That's strike. 3-1. Strike 2. Count is full. Drop, third strike. Going to make a live play over to first for the out, and that's out number 2. So, and number 15, Nick Young, the left-hander, steps in for the Falcons. Just inside, ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. Turner's got to find the spot. Streak. 3-1. Oh, on the outside corner. All right, we got a count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases empty for the Falcons. They lead the hometown Turks by just 1, 6-5 here in the top half of the 6th inning. Hit high, but very playable. Right fielder goes back, loses a little bit in the sun, comes back and makes the play for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Turks trailing 6-5.
Giant windmill, located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Whidbey Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
And we are back. So we're to the bottom of the sixth inning. And as what has become a very exciting game all of a sudden. Alex Perigo leading things off for the Turks. Swing and a miss. Two balls, one strike. No outs here for the Turks in the bottom of the sixth. And lifted, but high and very playable. And right fielder makes the catch for out number one. So we're going to move on to number 6, the shortstop, River King. So the River Master sees if he can get something started here. And lifted, but right to the shortstop for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for the Turks. Trying to get something going with the 2-out rally here.
Speaking of the River Master, me and my family, we've been keeping tabs. Like, there's this ferry almost on the river as you're driving from Monroe to here.
Yeah.
And occasionally it pops out. We have no idea why it's there, who it belongs to.
Really?
But it's just started showing up again.
The River Master.
Yeah, we refer to it as the Huckleberry Ferry off of the Huckleberry Ferry from Lord of the Rings.
Really?
I have my own personal theories, of course.
All right. 1 and 2. 2 outs here for the Turks in their half of the sixth. And that's outside ball, 2-2. And hit a slow roller towards the third baseman. Charging, picks it up, throws over to first. And time for out number 3. So we go to the 7th with the Turks trailing by 1, 6-5.
Thank you!
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes.
Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good!
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
All right, we have made our way to the 7th inning in what has been a very game of twists and turns and unfortunate events and everything else, but has been very competitive and very entertaining nevertheless. So we make our way to the 7th. Turks trailing by 1. First pitch, slapped to the shortstop. River King comes up throwing. Oh, that's an overthrow. That was just rushed a little bit and way over the outstretched arm of Timmy Lewis, the first baseman. So, and that's out of play. So he's going to get another base. He's going to actually get a double out of that. So what could have been one pitch, one out turns into a leadoff double for the Falcons. And number 17, our starting pitcher, steps in now for the Falcons. All right. Infield playing in a little bit there. Fouled off the screen down the first baseline.
Having any player of the game ideas so far?
You know, I do. I've got an idea right now, and you know, really, it's been a pretty. There isn't any one person that really just stands out.
They're all pulling their weight.
Yeah, everybody's just pulling together, you know, and like I said, it's been a very emotional. Oh, that slap to the left field, and they're going to hold the runner at third, so they're going to be runners at the corners. Yeah, you know, nobody really is just heads and tails above everybody else, but I think I do have an idea of who I'm looking at right now. So. And for kind of some interesting reasons, I guess. So just because it's been such an odd game with the injury to Mr. Lopez, you know, halfway through. So. And out of play. Outside. All right, they're going to let that runner make his way down to second. So now runners at second and third. Infield comes in. They're trying to get that guy coming home. That is the key run right now. In just a one-run game, they can't ill afford to let another run score. Oh, that's low ball. 1-1. No outs here in the top of the 7th. Turks trail by 1. Runners on second and third for the Falcons of South Whidbey High School. Strike. 2-2. Lifted high, but very playable. Jack Hamilton comes in, makes the catch, and he's got a strong arm too. So they were ill-advised not to try that. Jack, when he was our player of the game about a week or so ago, just made an amazing throw from right field to gun somebody down at home plate. So Jack's definitely somebody I feel confident with as far as his arm strength out there in the outfield. 1 down. And hit straight away center. Got a beat on it. He's got it. Runner's going to tag. He's going to come. He'll score. So now Whidbey up by 2. Good defense by the Turks, but just really nothing you could do about that. That's exactly what Whidbey was looking for, is that medium sacrifice fly. And now 2 outs with runners at first, just at second, excuse me, only. So the Turks are going to try to take what they can get and get out of this inning and then get their cuts in the final ups of the game. foul out of play. Outside ball. What's that? What'd you? One ball, two strikes, two outs. Runner still standing at second for the Falcons. Eric Turner on the mound for the Turks. And hit sharply and straight away center. Runner, they're going to send him from third. He's going to come home. It's going to be close. Oh, just couldn't quite hang on. Perigo had a chance, but just couldn't quite hang on. Foot hit his glove and the ball popped loose. And so 1 run scores and a runner now standing at second. So just exchange places. Batter for runner and one more in for South Whidbey. Now 8-5. And lifted straight away center. He's got a beat on it, and that's going to be out number 3. So we're going to head to the bottom of 7. Turks give up 2 that inning, got a little bit of a hill to climb, trailing 8-5.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Whidbey Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a Tocino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
All right, we are back, and it was the final countdown. Last chance, last dance for the Turks here tonight. Leading things off is going to be number 2, Eric Turner.
Now batting number 2, Eric Turner.
So the Turks need base runners. That's what we need. No big hits, just lots of singles. Just need to string things together. That's a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Got to be patient up there. Walk works too. Ball 3. So pitcher's finding a hard time finding a spot out there. Mr. Turner will just keep taking as long as he keeps throwing balls. And ball 4. So Errett gets another walk. That's 2 walks in a row for him. He's really been a... And Deason. So again, Turner and Deason leading off just as they did in that beginning of that big inning 2 innings ago, where the Turks came back and really used, I think, the motivation of the injury of their teammate. They really caught fire that inning. Now last inning was not so much, but here we are in the 7th. One more chance, one more dance to see if we can get 3 on the board. Inside, pass ball. Eric Turner's going to make his way down to second base. All right, an opportunity here for Deason to drive in a run. Got a runner, Turner, out there at second base in scoring position. And another pass ball. All right, so Turner makes the turn. Turner makes the turn. Sorry, pardon the pun. Pardon the pun, but makes a big turn at third base and thinks about it. But now he's safely at third base. So far the Whidbey pitcher has been his own worst enemy and can't quite seem to find the glove of his catcher. That's a strike. 2-2. Inside. Count is full to Deason, the third baseman. Definitely like to see a little something to the outfield. Find a hole and punch it through right here, Cody. And, oh, not quite. But Turner's going to tag and come, and he scores. So Eric Turner scores 2 consecutive innings in a row, and it's now 6-8. Turks trail just by 2. Hamilton, the left fielder, is going to step in, number 27. Hamilton had a double, drove in 2 in the last inning, in that big rally inning that they had back in the 5th, bottom of the 5th. And so trying to rekindle that here again in the bottom of the 7th. Hamilton slaps on it, gets it out to the shortstop, and he misses it. Misplays it, and there we go. Hamilton's on base. Ethan Olson, number 4, right here. Big opportunity for this young man. Just got to keep it going, Matthew. Got to keep finding spots and poking the ball through. That's ball 1. Falcon pitcher continues to struggle out there. Turks need to take advantage of that and be very patient at the plate and make him throw strikes. Swing and a miss. Chopped, slow roller towards the third baseman, picks it up, goes over to first, and in time for out number 2. So the Turks are down to their last out. Hamilton makes his way over to second base, standing there in scoring position, Timmy Lewis.
Now batting number 24, Timmy Lewis.
Strike one. All right, Hamilton steals. He makes his way down to third. Lewis has just got to find a way to get it out of the infield. That's outside. Oh, caught the corner. Ouch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Lewis. Oh, strike 3. Caught him looking. And the Turks so close, but just not enough. They come up short by 2. Final score, South Whidbey 8, Sultan 6. Hey. All right, we're here with Eric Turner, our TurkPride.tv Windmill Espresso Player of the Game. Eric, first of all, how's Elias doing? Do you know anything about his condition? How he's doing?
We know he's in the hospital right now.
He is. Did he
Yeah.
take? I saw the aid car took him. He's at the hospital.
Yeah, and it's an elbow problem. We know that.
Okay, we couldn't tell whether it was shoulder or elbow. It was just such an odd thing when he went down so quickly like that.
Yeah, it's never good to see. We're gonna go after we talk and make the field. We're gonna go to the
Perfect.
hospital and see what's up with
Very
him.
good.
Make sure he's doing good.
Perfect. Well, I know you and he. I understand you and he are friends. So for you, a couple of things. Number one is just a gutty performance coming in and relieving him after seeing him leave. That's got to be tough. Yeah, it got to be tough. So, I would really appreciated that you really gutted it out there. You guys had a great 5th inning. You just roared back, I think you maybe took that. Was that some motivation? Did the coach talk with you about that?
Yeah, we really wanted to. Well, first of all, we needed to fight for our season, but we also wanted to fight for Elias.
You betcha. So that, and scored a couple of runs there towards the end of the game. Very patient, getting a couple walks and coming around, scoring. Jack drove you in the 1 inning there. So overall, just a great team effort, and you guys came just a little short.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, all right, Eric. Well, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
And send Elias our best. We're thinking about him. All right.
I will.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right, so that's going to do it for us here for TurkPride.tv. And again, Eric Turner, our TurkPride.tv Windmill Espresso Player of the Game. So Turks come up short here tonight, and that's unfortunate, but we wish them all the best. As Eric said, they're going to head to the hospital and kind of check on their teammate. And see how he is doing, and we wish Elias all the best. So we're going to be on air tomorrow. Matthew, why don't you put your headset back on for a second? So tomorrow we want to remind everybody, TurkPride.tv, a busy, busy day tomorrow. Girls, Granite Falls, doubleheader softball. Boys, baseball, Granite Falls, single header, only one game. And then a soccer game later that night. So I know Matthew will be here. I believe I'm going to try to be here as well, too. My schedule may have changed a little bit, so I'm going to try to make it as well. And here for one more this week, which has been a very busy week, and we're going to end it off on a high note. Matthew, any thoughts about the game tonight?
You know, it started off kind of slow, then it started picking back up. A lot of emotional twists and turns. It was a good game.
Yeah, it was. It was. You know, and like I said, it's unfortunate that Elias was injured. But it says, like Eric says, elbow problem. He's at the hospital getting some care, medical care, and hopefully it's not too serious for that young man. But the Turks battle hard. They used it as a motivation, but came up just a little short and losing 6-8. So for myself, Dan, and for my co-host, Matthew, we say good night.